Mick the Vic here, Staff's Junior Chaplaincy. I hope you like that I've had a nice clean shave. It's because I want to appear to be like a Jedi Master today, because I want to think about being spiritual. What does it mean to be spiritual? Who can be spiritual? Lots of our Muslim students and staff and friends are practicing being spiritual at the moment. It's the holy month of Ramadan for them. Ramadan simply is the name of a month, just like January, February, March. It's the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. And during that time, Muslims practice being more spiritual, and they do that principally by fasting. So in daylight hours, they won't eat or drink, and they'll pray more, and they'll plan for how to be better people and how they're going to live their life in a new way and in a better way. They're practicing being spiritual. So can anybody be spiritual? Some people are religious and spiritual, aren't they? But is it possible to be spiritual and not be religious? I think it is. Lots of people have little things, don't they, in their life that they regard as being spiritual. You know, for some people it's, well, I'm spiritual, I have a Radox bath every week. Or I'm spiritual, I've got Enya greatest hits. I'm spiritual, I can do downward dog for 8 minutes. So, you know, people have different ideas about what being spiritual is, and they have their own little rhythms and routines, and I think that's fine. Here's a thing that's very interesting. In the ancient Greek language, so the language that often the theologians or the philosophers would use, they would use this word pneuma, P-N, pneuma. They would use that word to describe the deeper things, being spiritual. In fact, it's translated as spirit, pneuma. And the word, actually, if you think about it, engineering students or some of our health students will know this, pneuma means breath, breathing, pneumatic, air. So to have breath meant to be spiritual. If you had the breath of life in you, you were spiritual. So if you were human, you were spiritual. It's actually, to be spiritual is not technically anything to do with being religious. Religious people can be spiritual. Non-religious people can be spiritual. If you're alive and you have breath in your lungs, by ancient definition and the Greek language, you are a person who is spiritual. So why not, whilst everybody else is having a go at it this month, why not practice being more spiritual yourself? Work on your spiritual self. What might that look like? It might, well, eat better, sleep better, relax more. It's quite easy to do at the moment, isn't it? During this lockdown period. Use this time to feed your body and your mind and your soul. Practice some spiritual, exercise more. Make sure that you use your daily allowance of exercise. These are spiritual things. My brother, I'll leave you with this. My brother's an interesting character, big, hairy, heavily tattooed builder, and he every time he sees a magpie, he has to salute 3 times, recite some ancient incantation, twirl around 4 times or something like that, or else he thinks some bad things are going to happen to him. He's got some weird, funky idea about what being spiritual is. And even, you know, people tell me if he's driving around London in his white van onto a building job and he sees a magpie, he has to pull over and do this strange ritual. I mean, he wouldn't go anywhere near a church in his life, but in his own way, he's quite a spiritual man. So, you know, whether your spirituality involves strange rituals with magpies, or whether it involves taking better care of yourself or listening to Enya, then why not this month get working on your spiritual life? Should we end with a bit of Enya? Echo, play Enya.
Shuffling songs by Enya on Amazon Music.
Oh, I feel spiritual already. I feel lifted. Didn't really mark up at it. Echo, pause it. I prefer the Rolling Stones myself. I find them much more spiritual. Anyway, whatever floats your boat, go for it. And until we meet again, stay nice and safe.